Now we turn our attention to homelessness, taking a look at some national numbers tonight. On a single evening in 2023, roughly 650,000 people, or about 20 out of every 10,000 people in the United States, were homeless. That's according to data recorded by cities across the country. Now, Sioux City is working to curb the numbers, all in an effort, of course, to reduce the population of homeless people in the city. As Taylor Deckert reports, to receive funding necessary to help in those efforts, the city has measured the community.
It's called the Point in Time Count. It's an annual count to find out the number of people experiencing homelessness on a single night in January in Sioux City.
We figure out who is experiencing homelessness and staying in local shelters and who's experiencing homelessness and living out on the streets or stayed on the streets on the night of Wednesday, January 24th.
This data is turned over to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which funds organizations helping the homeless. Here's the data over the last 3 years monitoring the number of sheltered homeless people in the Sioux City area. When you look at the number of unsheltered homeless people, you can see an increase as well.
We feel like for at least the past few years it's been fairly consistent as far as the street count goes. It's hard to compare from year to year because each year the weather is a little bit different.
Mayor Bob Scott believes the city has already made more progress than what the data shows.
I don't think it is actually growing. I think there's a problem, no question about that, but I don't think the problem is going, which is a positive, which means some of the things that we're doing and trying to get people in housing and stabilize their lives, I think, is having an impact.
Nationally, the 2023 Point in Time Count is the highest number of people reported as experiencing homelessness on a single night since reporting began in 2007. The new data takes a few days to gather and several weeks to process before it makes it up to the federal level. Each year, funding goes right back to help get these people resources they need.
The numbers are remaining the same. I don't fully believe that we are addressing the core need with the homeless. I do believe that there's a lot of mental health and mental illness needs that go unmet.
The Point in Time survey is just a snapshot in the chronic pattern of homelessness. In Sioux City, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.
And to learn more about the count, to see the numbers and the resources that are funded through this data, you can check out this story. That information is for you right now on KTIV.com.